Hello and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. In this episode, we're going to get our cargo hub up and running. So all we have left to do is connect this food processing plant to the cargo hub here, and then all we have to do is connect up a line running from the cargo hub to one of the surrounding cities. So now, let's get into it. Over here at the food processing plant, what we will want to do is add another set of tracks that'll carry the food, and then we'll bring that over to this cargo hub. So I think the best way to go about it would be to work from this side up to there, just because the window to get into the cargo hub is probably a little harder than going the other way. So let's flatten out a little area for us to run the train tracks, just like that. There we go. And we will want to bring a track out from that side that will come across. And actually, let's get rid of some of this road. That might cause us some issues. So we'll run this across the river. Where we won't see it get rid of too much speed. So I think this will be good. And then what we can do is we can run it up through here so that it will come out somewhere around here and then come in all the way to this outer edge. I'd be okay with the bridge here. I don't think it's too terrible. We just need to make sure that it won't get in the way of anything else, which I don't think it will. So now we just have to bring this track back around. So we'll bring it on this side, if we can get it to work with us. I think doing this on a hill doesn't help at all. There we go. And now we can just follow this back all the way to the cargo hub. Alright, so we got the track down, we got the train depot down, and we have all of our signals in. We need to come back and fix this road, and what I want to do with it is just make it go under this train track, since we don't want to really block traffic, especially traffic coming in to the cargo hub, just because that would affect the flow of everything. So coming in here and making it go under will allow all of the traffic to flow a lot smoother, and we'll never sort of get to the point where it needs to stop and wait for a really long train to go by or anything like that. There we go, the road's back in, the track's all laid out, and we can put a train on this line. Okay, so the train we chose for this is this 248 Class S2 with a couple of boxcars behind it, and we'll get 2 of these and we can put them on the line from the food processing plant over to this cargo hub. Alright, so now we have the trains running on this line. We can connect this to any city that needs any of the three goods, so either tools, construction materials, or food. And I think probably the easiest one to do that with is Mesquite here. We can simply use a boat and have it come down the river, and then we can have trucks truck it into the city. So yeah, let's start with that. And we'll need to create a little area for it. So we'll do that in here. By flattening some of that and then smoothing out the edge here. Hopefully that'll smooth out more. And then we can place down a cargo harbor. Put a large one in here, just because we can. And we might need it later. So we got that down here. We need to get a road connected to it. So we'll do a road just like this, and then connect that up to here if we can. And that's perfect because we get a nice corner here. We don't really get any intersections where they'll have to stop or anything like that. So now we just have to come in and flatten out the area a bit, smooth out all of this. Smooth it out, smooth out this cliff. And hopefully what we can do is just add a truck station right here so it's still connected to the cargo harbor. Like that. We'll flatten out the area again. There we go. And now we can look in here and see what this city needs and where it needs it. So out of our three resources that we have available, Mesquite needs food and tools. So we can get a truck unload stop and place it right in the middle here. We'll do one for food here and one for tools here. Just this will help space out the trucks and they won't have to do much. Although it looks like we already have a truck stop here. So we'll keep that one, this one here for now, just because it's a different line coming from a different area. But we'll continue to use this one, and we'll get rid of this one once we set up that line, because that'll also make this redundant since we'll be bringing food from this food processing plant to the same location. So now we can start setting up the line. We can get boats from over here. I believe we have, yeah, down here we have a boat depot, and we'll want one that can carry tools and food. Unfortunately, it looks like the older ones are the ones with 2 compartments, and I believe what this means is that this can carry 2 different resources at the same time. So these single resource ones, like these down here, these can only take one resource at a time. You can't mix the resources, whereas with this one, you can. Although this one is faster, so it might not be that bad. We'll get 2 of them for now. We'll create a new line running from our boat harbor there, and then the Mesquite cargo harbor. And it looks like there's no way for the boats to get to where they need to go. So let's sell those. Let's just build a new shipyard out here. We'll put it here on the corner. Get 2 of these boats. And we'll put it on the new line we just made. So that seems to work now. And what we want to do is come into this line. We'll want to manage this line and make sure here it will be loading only tools and food. We could adjust how much, but for now we'll just sort of take whatever's available. And then obviously at Mesquite we'll have it unload everything that it has. So now the last thing we need to do is get some trucks running. So we'll come in here and get a road depot, and we'll put it, we could probably put it on the end of this here. We'll need something that can take tools and food. So I think this will probably be our best bet. We'll get 6 trucks running on the line for food, and then we'll get another 6 for the tool line. So hopefully what this means now is at our cargo hub we should start seeing these trucks bringing in materials, which we do. These are bringing in tools, and we can clearly see that they're ending up at this cargo harbor. And we'll have to come up and check the food processing plant. And somehow we're getting tools up here, which is not what we want. So I think we're gonna have to manage this line, make sure it's not loading anything down there, and make sure it's only loading food at the food processing plant. Alright, so now hopefully we can double check this. It doesn't look like these are bringing food yet. Up here we should be able to see, and it looks like there is food waiting. So if we watch this train load, we might be able to see. So that one had tools on it, and we don't want that. But we can see that it is picking up food, which is what we want. So I'll consider that a success, and we just have to wait for these tools to filter out of here. And then once that's done, we can get rid of this food line that goes out to Mesquite, and all the food should be running through this train to the cargo hub and then back out. Alright, and now one last thing I want to do quick here is just sort of upgrading the cargo hub. At all these stations I want to add more storage for cargo items. So here we'll place down 2 more buildings. That should allow us to hold a lot more there. Here at the train station, we'll want to add some buildings here that'll fit. It looks like all of these will cause disruptions on this side. I don't want to build anything on this side yet, just in case if we do add more. But it looks like we can add some medium-sized buildings on this side, and it wouldn't cause too many issues. We'll have to get rid of these and replace them. But we can do this. And then the same on the other side. Although, looks like we can only fit a few buildings there. But that should greatly increase our capacity here once this starts filling up with things. And then lastly, adding a few buildings here. We might have to come through and redo this if it gets really busy, as there's definitely more efficient ways of using the truck station, but that's pretty much going to be all we'll do right now. If we have to revamp it at some point later, we'll go and do that. Anyway, that's going to be all for this episode. We can see that our cargo line is working. Our cargo hub is working. It is shipping things to the city of Mesquite exactly how we intend it to. And hopefully in the next episode we can continue to expand on this. So this is very exciting. Maybe next episode we'll connect up to another city, maybe Durham or Arlington, and we can really start to see what this looks like when it gets a lot of things coming through it. But that's going to be all for this episode. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions or feedback, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.